Ruby, back again with another Vegas video. So today I decided to do my top underrated spots in Las Vegas. First of all, thank you all so much for all of your responses in the overrated video. I knew it was gonna be a little bit controversial, and a lot of you guys actually really agreed with me on some things. Some of you guys politely disagreed on some of the stuff. Some of you guys kind of impolitely disagreed.
Does someone need a hug?
But I knew that kind of video was gonna do that kind of thing, and I'm just happy to see so many people talking about it because I think it would be so much more helpful to those who are trying to figure out where to go in Las Vegas. So you guys requested this one. What are the places I think are underrated? I am gonna give them to you today. Make sure if you are not a subscriber, if you could go ahead and click that subscribe button. You guys, seriously, it really helps the channel to grow, and I really appreciate it. And like this video if you like this kind of content. Okay, so let me clarify underrated. To me, these spots maybe have a bad rep or are overlooked, or a lot of the times I think underrated to me means I mention these places to people and they've never heard of it, or they don't know where it's located, or they don't know what it is. So that is what I'm gonna do today as my underrated list. Places that I think are really awesome that I don't think all of you guys know about. Okay, so number one, my first spot I'm gonna talk about is Delano. This is the Suites Hotel attached to Mandalay Bay. Right now in 2020, going into the early part of 2021, I don't know that I would recommend staying so far south on the strip because of how dead everything is. But in normal times, Delano is such an overlooked property. I think that it is so upscale and high-end. I think that the lobby and the rooms are just breathtaking and stunning. But a huge pull for this one, and one of the reasons that I totally think this place is worth staying, is your access to Mandalay Bay Beach. So by staying in this Suites Hotel, you have access to the Delano pool, which is a private pool area just for Delano guests. And it's a smaller pool, but it does have these beautiful, really comfortable chairs. However, you have like a direct line to get into the Mandalay Bay pool area, and it is awesome. The Mandalay Bay Beach pool area is one of my top 3 pools. I don't think enough people know how great this pool area is. There is a wave pool, a lazy river, several bigger pools, real sand, so you feel like you're on the beach. I don't love their beach chairs, which is why I love that I can put my stuff on the Delano beach chairs, but just having access to that whole property and still being in an upscale room, I think is not something that's like super common in Vegas. And I just think that this place is kind of overlooked as far as upscale goes, and way less expensive than staying at the Wynn or the Venetian. Like, you'll save a lot of money if you stay here and still have a really beautiful room. If you're worried about location, just know that during normal times, a tram runs from Mandalay Bay all the way over to New York. So you can like pop right out on the south middle end of the strip and walk right over and be more in the action of everything. Okay, speaking of south end of the strip, here's the one that I think some of you guys are gonna lose me a little bit. You're gonna be like, really? But I think Excalibur is underrated.
Huh? What?
Okay, so I haven't stayed here personally yet. I will say that. I'm definitely going to and let you guys know, but from all the reviews I've seen of some of the renovations they've done, the rooms look fine, and I think they're on par with the rooms at like the Flamingo for a very similar low price range. But personally for me, I really like Excalibur's casino. It smells really nice in here. Here we go again. You guys always laugh at me, but it smells clean in this property. Like, it smells like they clean. There's like a fresh lemon smell. I win a lot at the Excalibur too. Like, my sister won like a $500 bonus on like a $1 bet. It's just a really nice casino with lots of variety and fun games, and I don't even hate the atmosphere in there either. It's a little cheesy, a little campy, but I kind of like that. I like that it's kind of cheesy and, you know, old school. I'm a fan. I think it's fun. So they are also one of the only properties to always have $5 blackjack 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's one table, and the table's always crazy full, but they do have $5 blackjack at Excalibur. Even if you don't stay here, I do think it's worth a visit to go inside. I think people maybe overlook it, but to me, I think it's a little underrated. I like Excalibur. I think it's kind of fun. Yes! Okay, now for a restaurant/bar, the Mayfair Supper Club. This one, I think I can see why it's underrated. It opened on New Year's Eve of this past year, so it's only been open a year, and that year is 2020. So Every time I've been in here, there's no wait at all to get a spot to sit down at the bar or to get a table, and I think that's a shame because this place is incredible. The theming and the aesthetic, I've described it as like an underwater grotto that a flapper girl opened. Like, it is just awesome. They have live music. There's a jazz singer that comes in and she sings to a live band. There's dancing. It's fantastic. We have not eaten here yet. I've only had a couple small plates, but the drinks have been amazing. This is where I get that fun cotton candy champagne cocktail. Drinks are incredible. We're definitely planning to eat here on an upcoming trip and let you know how the food is, but it's like upscale food. Everything we've eaten at the Bellagio has been incredible, so I'm sure it's gonna be good. I just think that this place needs more hype, and I think more people need to know about it, and that once things are more normal, hopefully this becomes one of those hot attractions. But yeah, I think Mayfair Supper Club at the Bellagio is underrated, and I think more people need to check it out and go see it.
Oh my God.
Okay, this one's a twofer. This one counts as two places because they're kind of the same concept. But I wanted to mention Skyfall at Delano and Foundation Room at Mandalay Bay. Now, what these both are rooftop lounges, essentially. So either the one in Mandalay Bay is Foundation Room and the one at Delano is called Skyfall. They're very different vibes, but a very similar awesomeness, which is the view. The view at Skyfall is the best view of the Las Vegas Strip there is. It is one of the best views I think ever personally, and it is this relaxed, sort of swanky atmosphere. They make very wonderful cocktails. It's kind of a quieter spot to sit and enjoy the view. It's gorgeous. Foundation Room, on the other hand, is more of a party. Foundation Room is more of a club type setting, and it's a little bit more loud, and it's bigger. There's a lot more spaces to explore and go into. Either one is gonna give you that really awesome, exciting experience of like seeing the gorgeous view of the Strip, having your cocktails, being on the rooftop area. I don't feel like a lot of people go to these only because of where they are, which is all the way at the south end. But Skyfall is 1000% worth the trip. And Foundation Room was absolutely hopping back in August when we went, when not a lot of stuff was up and moving. So I do think you can also eat at Foundation Room, and they have like food here, so you could eat here for dinner or something potentially. But I feel like if you're looking for a fun loungy bar area that's like loud with a DJ and stuff, I would do Foundation Room. If you're looking for a quiet spot to enjoy a cocktail with a friend, Skyfall. These two are kind of one and the same, but I think they're both awesome, and I don't think either one gets as much hype as it deserves. All right, and my last pick for underrated, you guys, is gonna be Park on Fremont. So I don't know why no one talks about this place. Right now, they're only open on weekends, which stinks, but I'm hoping they're gonna be opening full hours soon. We have eaten at Park on Fremont a half a dozen times at least. It's got a very unassuming outside building, and that's one of the main reasons I think people don't really know about it. It's right next to Evil Pie on Fremont. So right next door is this kind of unassuming little building. The backyard garden is gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. And the inside is sort of this hipster chic atmosphere, and it is sort of like a gastropub. So they are serving like these Asian tachos and garbage fries and fancy bar food. So like good filling bar food, but with like a nice twist to it. And they serve really, really fun cocktails. I've gotten the unicorn mule here before, which was like a white cranberry sort of mule. And then I've also had this huge flamingo drink that is like for two people and you drink out of it. And everything we've eaten here is delicious. Every drink we've had here is delicious. The atmosphere is gorgeous and really upscale for Fremont Street. I just think it's kind of a sleeper. I don't think a lot of people know about this place. And maybe I'm in the dark, but I've mentioned it to people and they didn't seem to know what I was talking about. And we actually recommended this place for our friends for a wedding reception when they went and got married in Vegas, and they loved it. So I think that if you've not tried Park on Fremont, to definitely go and check it out. Ask to sit in the back because it's gorgeous back there, and I think that anybody would really enjoy it.
You taking notes? Write that down, Emily.
So I want to give two tiny honorable mentions. I first wrote up this list and then realized that two of the things I wanted to mention of as underrated I had already talked about in my must-dos list, but I do think they're underrated. I think Lago at Bellagio and Parasol Down at the Wynn are underrated. You guys have heard me talk about them 1,000 times, so I'm not going to go into depth. Go check out my 15 must-do video if you haven't seen it, because it's all the things that I absolutely think you should not skip. I didn't want to sound like a broken record and talk about them here. And those are my underrated list for Las Vegas. These are the things that I just feel like a lot of people aren't talking about or don't know about. Let me know if you guys have already heard of these places, or maybe if there was a new one you hadn't tried, or some other things that you guys think are underrated in the comments below. I really think these videos are gonna help out people planning an upcoming trip. If you liked this video, please go ahead and give it a like, subscribe if you're not subscribed. You can also go ahead and follow me over on Instagram. I've been posting all kinds of Vegas stuff, posting for some things for New Year's Eve on where you can go for New Year's, and you can DM me with any questions. Thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you guys again in my next video.